Hello. Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome to Signal Boost, episode 52. Pretty exciting.
Wow. That's like if we did it for a whole year, but we did it every week.
Yeah.
That's where we'd be.
We almost did.
It's been for much longer than that because we missed some weeks.
Welcome to our art and culture live stream. We focus on Northern Nevada, cool people doing rad stuff. Literally anybody that wants to come and talk about the things that they're doing, you can come on to Signal Boost. I'm Jessie Sprocket. I'm the communications director here at The Generator.
I'm Alicia Dynamic, and I'm the education director here at The Generator.
And if you don't know what The Generator is, it's a 70,000 square foot makerspace. It's basically like an art gym where you like pay for a membership and then you get to use all the tools and equipment and hang out with other cool people who like making art.
Yep.
It's pretty
pretty
fun.
much.
We like to start off the show with just doing a little like what's new with you segment where we talk about like different things that are up with us. What's new with me? We went to Pyramid for 4th of July and that was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was super low key and we grilled delicious food and went in the lake and there's really nothing more you can ask for, and there was fireworks. Just basic beautiful nature time with the people I love.
Yeah. I went to my first Chaplaya this past weekend, but I think I left before it got good. The whole experience was very mid for me, but
well, it was super dusty.
It was super, the like one full day that I was there, which was Saturday, it was like whiteouts all day long, and
can I play the video of
the
you eating
wind,
cheese?
if you want to.
Yes. All right,
The
hold on.
wind like rolled in really fast when it like kicked up. It was kind of like low key windy since I got there on Friday, and so I was like, okay, it's fine. But then the wind came in and was like, and just shredded my shade and like messed up all my stuff. So
can I just like hold up my phone so they can see the video?
Playa's gonna playa. Oh, is that what we're gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know how to make the technology. Oh, I see all the things you sent me on Instagram.
Oh,
Guys, this is gonna be.
it's gonna just blow your mind. Is this really gonna work?
That's the question.
Guess we're gonna see.
Oh my god, we have too many messages, guys. I don't know if this is possible.
It's in the group.
I found it. I know where it is. It's totally working.
They can't hear it probably.
It's fine.
I'm basically just eating some fresh mozzarella, and it would just get covered in dust, and I would just dip it back in the water and then eat it and get covered in dust.
Just cheese hacks
I
for
had
you.
just succumbed to my fate at that point.
Desert cheese hacks.
Yeah, so.
Another thing, real fast. Oh, hi. Oh, Alexis could hear it. See, we're fine.
Great.
A little bit.
Thanks.
Alexis.
No.
The other thing that's new with me that I just need to mention real fast is that Alicia is doing this Spark the Imagination thing with the City of Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
So now once a month we're going to be at the Sparks Library doing like a cool craft with kids.
Yeah, and each time there's going to be like a featured artist who is someone from the community. So we have it booked out through November right now, but it's going to go through the year.
It's a lot of badass women artists, so that's cool. And I'm teaching on Sunday. I'm going to teach block printing, and we're going to make bandanas.
And last we heard, there's still spots, so if you want to sign up,
Yep.
I would just go to the Sparks Library website and look for it on there. I haven't actually looked up how to sign up, so I can't tell you exactly, but I'm sure it's pretty easy to find, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So sign up if you want to make a cool bandana with me.
And if you can't figure out how to sign up, just email us at The Generator and tell us you want to sign up, and we'll help you.
Yeah. Any other new things with you want to talk about?
No.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's do
get
it,
into
Marlene, with your zipper earrings.
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. My name is Marlene Hild. And what else did you like to know?
Like a little descriptor about your being, like you
About
are.
my being. One of my favorite taglines is I'd like to be more approachable, not less weird.
When I was stalking your Instagram earlier, in preparation for this interview, I saw that and I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's how I feel a lot of the time. But I have always like done a lot of artsy stuff my whole life, but only really since I moved to Reno in 2020. So sorry, y'all, I did move here.
Newbie.
I really, though, have gotten to know the arts community here, and it's very cool. And I've really like started to like put a lot more time into my art, and it's been a very fun experience here in Reno.
Nice. Yeah, we featured Marlene's chart card one time in Instagram Roundup, and then randomly I took a block printing class with her, and then we connected, and then
Yeah.
and then it kind of went nowhere, but that's okay. And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's rad. Tell us about your art, and also I really want to know about all the farm things you do.
Yeah. For the most part, what I've always really liked doing is cards, which is like, you know, very like, I don't know, plebeian art, if you will, but it's something that, you know, anyone can enjoy, and I'm a big fan of snail mail, so
Checks out.
I just started making like, I would do these little tiny like hand painted cards with silly puns on them, and my friends would always be like, you should like actually do something with this. And so when I moved to Reno, I found Pitch Black Printing Company, and they print my cards. They're very cool.
Shout out to them. They're awesome.
Yeah. And so I do all my printing through them now, and I usually sell them occasionally at the Riverside Farmers Market whenever I stop by. But that's only randomly because most people only send cards around holidays, whereas I send mail like at least every week.
Oh.
You gotta be part of our snail mail art exchange.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You're like the perfect candidate for it.
Yeah. I send my grandma's a piece of mail every week.
Oh my god. What a good granddaughter. Get
I'm
out
like,
of here.
wow,
Well, they
remember
can't.
my guilt for being
They
terrible.
can't
at that
like
time.
do anything else. My grandma's 100.
Oh
Damn.
my gosh, wow.
So
That's really cool. Do you focus on veggie art or what?
yeah,
Yes,
I
you
do.
got some
Yeah, I brought like a
samples
few.
Let's see 'em.
Let's see. A couple. You've seen some of them before, but like a couple new ones are like.
Make this slightly better.
Where am I
Show the
going?
people right there. Yeah.
There's like one. The color's way off. That's okay.
Wait, what does it say?
It
Let us
says,
celebrate.
Let us celebrate.
Cute.
Let's see. Like. Did you wanna? You can like. You're probably better at it than I am.
No, I'm not. And there's supposed to be a way where you like help with the lighting. It's not happening here.
I think one of the original ones was
Oh. Look, I
This-
can't even hold it straight. There.
this one. This was one of the first ones I ever did, the Eurydicio.
Cute.
Nice.
So they are like all veggie or food themed. Like I have
Spider baby.
let's see.
I will send you this card because you've already seen it. So.
And still send it to me.
There's like a
Nice.
couple food ones too. They're all inspired by the farmers market. Like I looked at the Beloved's bread stand like to draw this one. You know, they make those things.
I want to eat them now.
Yeah, I love the farmers market. It was definitely a place that I sought out when I first moved here because I've always worked at farmers markets because I'm also a farmer, and so I always know that that's like a great community to like get in with really fast.
Sure,
And,
sure.
it's even better when like you can get your food and your art at the same place.
Heck yeah. So, how long have you worked at Urban Roots, and what do you do there?
Yeah, I work at Urban Roots, which is a garden-based nonprofit here in Reno. We teach kids all sorts of stuff on our urban farm, and I've been there since roughly 2020. The pandemic made things weird, but let's just say 2020. And I currently am managing their farm school program, which is a
Nice.
program
Oh,
for
nice.
homeschoolers. But
That's
right now
awesome.
we're in summer camp mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
You guys like sold out your summer camp so fast.
Yeah, I guess we always do. This has been like our first normal year since I've been there, because last year was all very COVID-y. We were able to do it, but like there was a lot of masks, and like the year before was first COVID, so like we were just making like kits to like send to people.
Mm-hmm. We did that too.
Yeah. Which wasn't super fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're having a good time.
What's your favorite part about working there?
My favorite part of working there is I've had a lot of great opportunities to create new curriculum, especially like I have a lot of farming background. I've been doing it for about 10 years now. So I have a lot of like practical knowledge there, but then once again, I've had a lot of opportunity to also put like more art in the curriculum. You know, we had like a whole art month where like, you know, we talked about Georgia O'Keeffe, Frida Kahlo, Keith Haring, and finding ways to integrate that into our same space, because we truly believe, I believe, that anything can be taught in the garden, whether it's like art or math or science or reading, you know, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
I've been making a lot of fun new things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Did you move here for that job?
I did not, I just,
You just moved here and then saw that?
and then I found that, yeah.
Wow,
Pretty funny.
that's awesome. What do you primarily grow as a farmer?
Well, I do a lot more just educating at Urban Roots now. I'm not the farm manager. We grow lots of little like veggies that the kids, you know, can like just pick and play with. If I were to ever, in the past, well, I've farmed.
Yeah, I guess I meant like,
Yeah.
because you said you have like 10 years of farming.
In the past, I've
experience.
done really everything. CSA, diversified vegetables, worked on big fruit orchards. I've done every farmer's market, like selling all sorts of things, from like rice to lamb to fruit to vegetables.
Nice.
I mean,
How does rice even work?
pasta. You can get great rice in California.
Yeah.
Does it grow? I thought it had to grow in water.
It does.
Okay.
The farm
So
that I
you know
worked
how it
for,
works?
you know, was
But
pretty.
like I never understood like what happens. You don't just throw rice seeds in a lake. Like,
Not
there's,
quite,
like,
but a
way
lot
to
of
do
you
it.
do like
Flooded.
yeah, it's like it's flooded, and some people have like planes that just or like a machine that goes in the water, because it doesn't have to be super deep. I never did the rice farming. I sold the farm, or I sold the rice, but I got to visit it. The owners were great, and honestly, you don't think about it, but fresh rice, fresh local rice, 100% has a different taste. Like
I believe it.
That sounds yeah.
Wow, I want that now.
especially
I know.
brown rice. Brown rice will start to go rancid like within a few months, like or a year. Like you should eat it within a year for sure. White rice, you have a longer shelf life, but like you know, first harvest, you know, it's like olive oil. Like you get it once a year, you want to get it that year.
Wow.
We're gonna have to go travel to a rice paddy.
Where was this? So you were living in California.
Yeah, this was Bay Area.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of farmers markets in the Bay Area and
Cool.
worked for different farms and farmers markets there. So a lot of my agriculture has been in the Bay Area because it's super easy to grow anything in California.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely has been a challenge moving here, but
Yeah, I bet. What made you come here? You're like, I'm going to the desert, even though you're a farmer.
Yeah, well, of the many things that I do, because I don't consider myself one thing, I
I feel that.
do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. So I'm a big backpacker, and I really wanted to be closer to the mountains. Like, Bay Area was just too urban for me. I'd been there for a while, I'd gotten what I needed from it, and I was ready to leave, and an opportunity came to move to Sparks. And so I did.
Sparks.
We both moved to Sparks when we first got here. Well,
Mm,
I guess
true.
I moved to Midtown first, and then Sparks. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Sparks.
What's your favorite hike you've done since you got here?
Since I got here, I mean, I guess that's not. Well, I live on the edge of Sparks, so one of my favorite things to do is just like I can walk like a mile east and just be in those hills out there and just go
nice.
run, you know, on the dirt roads for like miles and miles, and like not see anyone.
It's awesome.
And it's just so convenient, you know, like you can talk about all the waterfalls, but I don't want to drive like 40 minutes to get to a hike like, when I can just walk somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, I mean, it's super beautiful here. And I love the Sierra. Like I hang out in the Sierra all the time.
Yeah, I was just camping there the other day. So good. And it's so close because I'm in North Reno, so I just go, I'm just like, bam, it's right there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mountains.
I love it.
Peavine every day. I'm just like, Peavine, I love you.
Yeah, I love being so close to all of it. So much
Yeah.
better than the bay. I'm not an ocean person. Some people need to be near the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
like the
from
ocean, but I don't need to be near it.
Yeah, I miss it. I do. But even when I like lived in Jersey, like
Yeah.
twice a year I would go down the
Yeah,
shore. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I always felt like the beach was so far and it was like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
But
It's only like 4 hours away here.
yeah,
It's not that far.
no. It feels closer here because I actually go
Yeah.
sometimes.
But were you born in California?
No, I was born and raised in Illinois.
Right.
Got out of there for college in Washington, and then basically after that was like, it's really rainy here, so I'm gonna move to California.
Yeah. We both lived in the Pacific Northwest, and it was bad for us.
Yeah.
We did not flourish there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, too rainy for me.
Very rainy and dark.
Yeah.
I went
Did
from the
you get-
rainforest to the desert. We went from the rainforest to the desert, so
Yeah,
that explains.
Yeah.
it's a
I
good
feel-
choice. Did you grow up around farming?
I did not. Well, I mean, technically yes, because I grew up in rural Illinois.
Okay.
But if you had asked like my 16-year-old self, like if she wanted to farm, she would have been like, hell no. Like that's like the last thing I would ever want to do. And it's not what my family did at all either. But I suppose like, you know, it was all slowly like sinking in a little bit, and then just kind of going to college and having my mind like opened a little bit. You know, bigger world from where I grew up, getting into like the idea of sustainability and like eating like healthy and local and stuff like that. I was like, if I'm gonna like recommend to people that they grow their own food, I should probably like learn how to do it myself. Like, so I like started as a woofer. I did like a 3-month position, and that was what I expected to do. And that was 10 years ago, and I'm still working in food and farming.
Wow.
I think it makes a lot of sense if you love the outdoors, love being outside. Like, yeah, you love the earth.
It's all
Just kinda
connected for
happens.
sure.
Yeah.
But although, like, I will say I've experienced not many people who do necessarily bring like food in the outdoors together all that often. A lot of backpackers are just all about getting as many calories as they can in their body all the time.
Mhm.
And there's so much more to like the science of nutrition, and also like I'm all about the pleasure of eating too. Like if I'm out like backpacking, I want to enjoy my meals still. Like it makes my experience much better. And I find that I'm a much happier backpacker than most people are, like because of that.
Oh, interesting. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's where I'm a total like hedonist when it comes to food. Like that's where I get a lot of my like pleasure from, is like really good food.
So what kind of stuff would you pack on like a through hike?
On a through hike, so I am a through hiker. So I mean, I did the PCT in 2019.
Cool.
So you have to eat some crappy food. Like don't get me
Sure,
wrong.
you can't be
You
just
know,
cooking this.
like I ate a lot of power, not power bars, but like the
That type
nicer
of thing,
version.
right.
Like I would usually have 3 bars a day. I ate a lot of like nice like organic dried fruits, like none of the like gross sulfur chewy stuff, like none of that. And a lot of almond butter, like no Skippy peanut butter with all the added nonsense. Like, and then I always cooked, which cooking backpacking just means boiling water.
Sure.
I always cooked a meal at night, and there's a really good brand of food that like no affiliation at all. Like it's called Outdoor Herbivore, and it's super tasty. Like
Cool.
basically for almost like 5 months, I rotated through the same meals, roughly 7 different meals, and like never got sick of it. And it's mostly organic. It's all vegetarian, and they have vegan options. Like, and it's like the perfect size for me too. Like their single serving is exactly what I need, so it's just like made for me. I highly
Outdoor
recommend it.
herbivore.
Outdoor Herbivore, yeah. They
Cool.
have a lemongrass
Thanks for the
curry, and every time I would cook it, every other hiker around me would be like, "What is that?"
Do you ever make your own meals?
No, I've never had the time to like really get that good at planning, because I'm also like very. I mean, you have to plan for the PCT, like kind of, but at the same time, compared to most people, I don't plan a lot. Like, most people think about doing the PCT for like years before they do it. And I thought about it for like less than a year, which is not a whole lot of time to prepare. So I was definitely not gonna like make a bunch of food.
It's 5 months.
That's like 4.5 to like 5, I would say, is the
Nice.
average. Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, but it's
How long's
awesome.
the ATL? ATL, yeah.
The AT?
AT, yeah.
The AT is about 2,100 miles. The PCT is about 2,600 miles, and the CDT is about 3,000 miles. Those are the 3 main trails in the U.S.
Yeah, I want to do the Appalachian Trail one day.
It's a good starter.
Yeah,
From
I'm
what I
East Coast, so I want give me some swampy South vibes.
There's
Yeah.
also the Florida Trail if you really want to be in the swamp.
I'm also down. Oh God, in the winter.
Yeah, it's very popular with PCT hikers after they finish their PCT to like go do like the Florida Trail somewhere in the south, or like maybe the Arizona Trail. Well, maybe not, but something in the south.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there.
What is there anything you learned while doing that hike that you like didn't think about beforehand? You know, anything surprising? Anything that you were like, man, what an epiphany? Even if it's a small thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was life changing. I mean, to be honest, if you let it, like if you really, I did it alone, which is, well, that's common for me. I do pretty much everything alone, especially backpacking. I can't imagine doing it with someone else at this point. But what's great about that is that I did really like learn like to do, like follow what I wanted to do, not what the typical thru hiker does, because like people really want to fit into that community, which is awesome. Like some people do it to join that community, whereas I had a lot of other things going on in my life, and so the community aspect was not the most important thing to me. It was more about like, how do I make this like the best experience for me, which meant like seeing my friends off trail like as often as I could, whereas a lot of people will cut themselves off from like whatever is happening in their life at home, you know, whereas like I was like, I want to see everyone I know along the West Coast, and like I'm gonna take days
Like, what
off.
did
Like,
you would like leave the trail
Yeah,
and go
like-
hang out with people and come back?
yeah, maybe like I took like a week off in Portland because like a ton of my friends are there, and like I'm not gonna be like, hey friends, like bye, like I don't see you very often, and I'm right in your like neighborhood, but I don't have time for you. Sorry. Like I was like, to me that's just crazy.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have even considered that, honestly. It's like, I guess it's like a road trip. You're just walking.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people too, they are really once they're like, if they get off trail at all, they're worried that they won't want to go back to it.
Yeah, I feel
You
that.
need to stay in the mode.
Yeah, which like I guess just wasn't a thought
Not
for
an
me.
issue for you.
For me, like I was like, I love this, like you know, and seeing the people that I love along the way helped like keep my spirits up and make me want to keep going.
That's true. Then you're like have something to look forward to, and yeah, new experiences.
Yeah, and they're all like, yeah, you know, like, and but yeah, I definitely like just did my own thing. Like I didn't eat the same foods as most hikers. I like stayed in a hotel if I wanted to alone. Like I wasn't like trying. I saved up as much money as I could so that I did not have to like have that affect my hike, because that's a huge reason people leave the trail is like not budgeting properly. And I was like, I don't want to have to think about that. Like I just want to be able to do what I want to do now. And I like never had a trail family. Like I hiked by myself, and so I had a lot of time to just like process things. And it was really just like I guess like I'm not the typical hiker is one thing that I really learned. There's a lot of like young 26-year-old white males on the trail. I'd say that's like the overwhelming majority. Like you'd run into one of them and I'd just be like, are you 26? And they'd be like, how do you know? I was like, oh, I'm just a wild guess.
Just the right age.
Yeah. And they're all just out there to like crush miles, and you know, we're out of college and this sounds fun, and that's like not at all where I'm at in my life as like a 34-year-old woman like trying to make the world a better place. So I just found myself like very much doing my own thing, and it was great. Like I said, like I never even thought about quitting. And a lot of people do. Like,
Yeah.
And it never crossed my mind.
Sounds really nice.
I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to do it. And anyone can do it, because ultimately it's just a lot of walking.
I really want to. My problem is that I have a 4-year-old, so I have to figure that out.
People do it with their kids, but I will say
It's gotta be rough.
doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah.
And it can be not super fun to the people around you too.
For sure. We
Like-
already know about that as moms.
It's like doing anything with your kids.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Maybe when they're like in middle school or some shit, we'll send them to like sleep.
Well, it totally depends on the kid. Well, you can't. I mean, it's 5 months. You can't send them away to sleep for 5 months. So.
We'll do a shorter one.
I mean, if I could recommend, like, if you were just gonna do like sections of it at a time,
Yeah.
like that's 100% the best way to enjoy it. Because like September or like late August, September is the best time to go hiking basically anywhere along the PCT. So like you could every year just be like, I'm gonna hike Washington like this year in in August, September. I'm gonna do Oregon. I'm gonna do Northern California, and then you would have the best experience ever. Like you would see everything at the best time, like instead of like questionable times. So,
Yeah.
That's
We could do a Florida one. I'm just saying that we're doing it together.
I don't want to do a Florida
Come on.
swamp hike.
Swamp hike.
I haven't done it, but
So many critters.
So
Critters,
you
so
definitely
many-
see some stuff. Yeah.
Not in the winter. It'd be perfect. Be like 50 every day, dude. No, it'd
It's
be
not
dope.
50.
Yeah,
Is
in the
it?
winter, 60s.
50's cold.
Ugh.
And it'd be humid, so it would feel even colder.
See?
I want a sweater and we're hiking.
Oh
Come
my
on.
god. Then you gotta carry sweaters. Oh my god.
There's no way in hell that you're going on a hike without a
I
sweater.
know, I need a
It's
sweater.
not even possible.
That's
So you're
That's true.
constantly freezing. You literally like
Just wear
10
my
minutes
sleeping
ago were
bag
like,
around.
it's cold in here.
It was cold for a minute. Well,
Okay.
what do you think, guys? Do you want to go on a swamp hike?
You want a swamp hike?
Hit us up in the chat.
Yeah. Snakes and lizards.
All right. Well, snakes. That makes it more appealing.
Crocodiles.
True.
I was saying alligators to the women from NOLA, and they were like, crocodiles. Right? That's the right way.
Crocodiles have a different shaped snout. That's all that I know. It's like skinnier, whereas the alligators more like this and crocodiles.
I didn't think we had crocodiles.
Maybe I was saying crocodile and it was alligators. I don't know,
I
guys.
thought we didn't have crocodiles in the United States.
Crocs. No, maybe just Australia? I don't know. Let's hike Australia. Yeah.
There are definitely hikes. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I just met. I do, as a former PCTer, I do trail magic for current people who are
Oh,
hiking.
cool.
So the past couple weekends I've been at Barker Pass, just giving food out to hikers as like a surprise. So they just like are hiking up this hill and then suddenly I'm there and I feed them and give them like drinks and stuff. And Australia is a pretty common place for international hikers, although Germany definitely wins. Most people come from Germany. So many hikers from Germany.
Nice.
My father-in-law does trail magic.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because he hiked the AT a few years ago. But not the whole thing. He couldn't finish it because he messed his hip up.
Me too.
So he had to. And he tried to go back and do it again, and then he like really messed. And he was like, "Okay,
Yeah, it's meant
I'm just
to.
gonna
gotta
have
call
to
it. Gotta
call it
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
what I did." But he's he's in his late 60s, so
Yeah.
he might be 70.
Nice.
So
Good for him.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about how you got into the art aspect, because I get the farmer thing and the outdoorsy thing, but then what about the art thing?
The art thing. I mean, my family is very artsy. My father was a professor of art. He was a painter.
Checks out.
And so, like, I was always, like, just surrounded by all that my whole life. Like, we just had little, like, paints and, like, drawing. And, like, there were never, like, coloring books or, like, paint by numbers or, like, stencils. Like, it was always just, like, well, figure it out, And, it's just I was always, like, the art kid, And eventually, like, it just became so normal for me that I never even thought about, like, trying to make it more professional, until really the first thing I ever like went professional like artist for that I got like paid for is that I'm also a professional pumpkin carver.
Dang.
And because that was one thing I always did at home, like every year we always carved pumpkins. And, you know, my parents would ask me, like, what do you want to carve? And I'd be like, Sailor Moon. You know, and they'd be like, well, figure it out, you know, because that stencil doesn't exist. And so I got very good at figuring out how to, you know, what lines can connect and what can't so that your pumpkin doesn't just like fall apart. Very much like block printing, which I also enjoy. And once again, I just was due to this every year, and my friends would be like, you could probably find a way to like sell this. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but it decomposes in like 2 days, but not my problem. And eventually, like I had a very expensive, fancy restaurant bought a couple of like my big pumpkin arts from me, which I think somewhere you could find them see them on my website and my Instagram. Probably my website is faster. There's a whole like pumpkin carving section.
Oh wow.
Do you need a professional pumpkin carver?
It's me. I do that.
There you go. Here's our friend's haunted house.
Oh,
You can just become their carver.
great. Yeah. My dream would like I would love to like just do like a whole like wall, but it's like I would have to do nothing but carve for like 2 days and like not sleep because they do start to decompose like so fast that like
You can't.
Yeah.
there's just this tiny window of time.
We do haunted Halloween mini golf here, and it's kind of a big deal. So maybe we'll just pay you to carve a shit ton of pumpkins.
I can do that. There are certain designs I can like bust out super like fast because I can just visualize what I like want for the most part and don't really need to sketch it out. I can pretty much just do it. So I'm pretty fast, I like to think.
Nice. Maybe we'll do a cool like generator pumpkin ball that's like a photo op.
Oh yeah.
What do you use to carve the pumpkins?
I use all sorts of things, but my primary tools are the linoleum cutters for block printing.
Okay.
Same tools, so just a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of this. But I use like also just the little things you get at any like dollar store, like the little tiny saws and like
The crappy little plastic bits.
yeah, they break every year. Like maybe someday I'll upgrade, but not today.
Yeah. We also do Pumpkin Palooza with the City of Sparks, and
Nice.
we do all the pumpkin carving with the kids for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we buy like a crap ton of those
Love
like
it.
carver things, and by the end they're so messed up. It's pretty insane. They're just
Yeah.
gnarled bits of plastic and metal, just like
Yeah. You're doing this and then suddenly they break and you're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can volunteer with us if you want to. It's pretty fun.
Pumpkins with kids.
It's cool because Rayleigh's donates all the pumpkins, and we're able to just gift like
Awesome.
hundreds of kids pumpkins and help them carve whatever they want.
yeah, I am a professional.
You're the
teacher.
expert.
I'm
Yeah.
a professional. Cool. Well, okay. Wrap up questions because we gotta get on to Sarah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah. Okay. We usually like to ask everybody, what advice would you give like a novice? But I don't even know what type of novice. You pick. Farmer novice, artist novice, pumpkin carver novice.
To a novice farmer, I would say keep that youthful optimism and energy as long as you can, and to a novice backpacker, honestly, I would say something very similar. I would say enjoy your body while you can, because as you get older, you don't get to in the same way. If you've had those injuries, they're just going to happen. Like, I could have crushed the PCT if I'd done it when I was 26 too. But I did it when I was 31. Like, they're very different worlds, like, that you're in.
But also, it was cooler to not crush it.
Yes. I had a great time.
Yeah,
Like,
don't be afraid to do it your own way.
yeah, absolutely. Like, you don't need to fit in with, like, even the out crowd. Like, you know, because through hikers are like, yeah, we're different. Like, we're living a different life outside of society, but we're all going to do it the same way.
Yeah, sometimes
And-
it's even more rigid.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
you know, they all eat ramen,
So
they all eat
please.
instant potatoes, they all eat tuna packets, and I didn't eat any of those things. I was
Yeah.
like, that sounds miserable. Like, so why would I do it? Like,
Totally.
farmer, artist. For art, I would say just, one, like, surround yourself with other people who do it. Even if it's not the same mediums, like, just feeding off, like, each other's, like, creative energy and, like, encouragement is definitely helpful. Like, I'm always inspired when I see my friends, like, doing new pieces, and I'm like, hell yeah, like, that's awesome. Like, I need to put something out in the world there,
For
like,
sure.
there too, because art is super powerful. Put it out there.
Absolutely.
Like, put it out there. Like, whatever it is, like, put it out there, and don't be afraid to sell it if you want to. Some people are like, do you sell your art? Like, doesn't that, like, kind of, like, lessen, like, its meaning? Hell no. Like, you deserve to be paid for your work.
Yeah. And sharing your art is cool. Like, there's no downside to,
Yeah.
like, sharing art that connects with people. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
If you want to gift it, cool. If you want to sell it, awesome. Like, both those things are awesome.
Yeah. If people want to find out more about how to hire you as a pumpkin carver or Urban Roots or whatever, what's the best way to go to your Insta?
Probably my Instagram, which is that at the Marlfox, and my website is just marlfox.com. Those are probably the two best ways to reach me.
Nice. Cool.
Nice.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like you could totally come back and talk about more stuff.
Yeah, we could, like, narrow it down. We could talk about just pumpkins, like, maybe around
No,
Halloween
it's
or
good.
something.
I love when it's just like, because we all are like such multifaceted beings, right? And it's always
Absolutely.
so cool to like uncover, someone comes on and they're like, I want to talk about my art, or I want to talk about the one thing, and then all of a sudden you get into this like, like the PCT or
Which,
whatever.
like, I firmly reject that. Like, I am not just one thing. And I know, like, a lot of farmers who go by, like, one of my old bosses is Farmer Al, and, like, that's what he goes by. Literally everyone in the world knows him as Farmer Al. And, like, I was like, I don't want to ever just be Farmer Marlene, like, because I have way too much going on. Like,
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, what do they say? We contain multitudes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That was like, whatever. I had an iPod back in the day, and my mom had that engraved on the back of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great phone.
Super cute. Sweet. All right.
Okay.
Get on out of here.
Sweet.
Next, please.
Bye.
Next creative genius.
All right, I brought you guys a present.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I'm excited about it.
A
Beautiful.
print of one of my collages.
I want to eat this.
It's beautiful.
So this was like a.
Wait. Can you introduce yourself?
I am Sarah Ann Landau, and I am an artist. I mostly work in collage. I do both analog and digital. I also. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It is some deep shit. It's amazing. I also do energy healing. I work at Healing One, and it's yeah. Great.
Sweet.
Really want to go there sometime. I always want to go.
With the pools.
Float
Yeah,
tanks.
the float tanks.
Yeah, I went.
So
I did a float
can
tank
gift
once,
you
but not there.
guys
I went
floats.
twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really wanted it to be a whole ass experience, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just found myself being like uncomfortable and bored. But
Doing the float.
yeah, I was like 7 months pregnant, I think, or whatever. Hella
Interesting.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Drink
I can't
a weed
imagine what that would be
soda.
like.
Drink a weed soda, dude. Spiral into anxiety that I can't access. But maybe yeah.
I wonder how it would be, or if it would be different for you doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I have 2 screaming children.
And you're like, I need to get into a tank
Yeah.
and escape from these small people.
Yeah.
No, it sounds amazing. It was so long ago that I did it. I didn't even, just before I was pregnant, it was when I was still in Portland. I did it one time.
It's
I
really
really liked
cool. Healing One has a new center now, and it's like super big, and it's like, it's not just like a float center anymore. It's like a whole healing center. We've got
Cool.
massage therapists, and I do energy work there, and
Nice.
a lot of other people come in and kind of like do really interesting therapies. We had someone come in who's going to be there probably a couple times a month doing this thing called Rasha, where it's like I don't know, I would describe it as basically tuning your radio to a different frequency.
Interesting.
Like, you reach meditative state because of the vibrations of the chair that you're sitting in, and I'm probably not
Russia.
detailing this correctly, but it's very interesting, and there are also sound waves that are used. It's like you reach a state of relaxation that I think is pretty difficult to reach like anytime.
Interesting.
But yeah, it just felt super good.
Interesting.
Has anyone out there done that? Hit us up in the chat. Let us know. That sounds cool.
This is beautiful. This
Yeah,
is so
talk about this,
Thank
but then
you.
I have 100 more questions.
So this, I used to do like vision board workshops, and this was my New Year vision board, or I think it was a New Year vision board a few years back. And so it's got all of the things that I love on it. Well, a lot of the things I love, not all of them.
A lot of self-care / ritual vibes.
Yeah, so like as an energy worker, I'm like super sensitive to everything. So we've got the salt, clear all that out. I got my little dandelion because I could just blow away in the wind. Making food, because I've worked professionally in kitchens since I was 17, and I love it. I actually used to be the head chef of a food truck, and that was like one of the most fun times in my life.
Wow.
And then we've got this lovely moon right here to represent astrology and my practice with that. And yeah, also
Really
sorts
cool.
of other goodies. And
Yeah,
plants.
all your collages are so rad. I love
Thank you.
them.
Thank you.
I love how tactile this is. Like how much I want to like touch the salt, like
Yeah,
touch this
the
chanterelle,
texture.
touch these little like sages back here.
Mhm.
Like I just really want to like. I'm like I can feel it all.
Yes, I love that. That's a great review.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't know what to do with this now,
You can
so.
sit on that chair again or something.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yeah, of
thank you.
course.
Yes, I'm gonna put it in our office.
Yay!
It smells so good.
So when you say energy work, are you doing primarily like Reiki type stuff, or?
Yeah, so I was trained, I'm a Reiki master. I went through all 3 levels of Reiki training, and I, from there, kind of like, you know, the more you practice energy work, the more it kind of morphs into your own thing, and you, like, it becomes a stronger practice the more that you do it, kind of like anything, you know. But I, over the years, have like really been able to tune into, you know, whoever I'm working with, like really kind of read their situation, and I oftentimes like just kind of intuitively will like pull pieces of energy off and like do different. I do a lot of stuff with plants because I just love plants, and I have studied plants a lot in my life, and they'll come in really strong during my sessions with people for like. A lot of the time I see cedar because it's like so strong and protective, and like, you know, it's not often that people come to me and they're like, I'm having the best day ever. So like usually people need some support. I work with yarrow a lot as like a protective healing energy, and other things that are specific to the person that I'm working with come through a lot too, which is cool.
I have so much yarrow in my garden right now.
I've got yarrow in my front yard.
So much, it like spreads so much in
Yeah.
my own bed.
It takes over.
Mm-hmm.
There's
I
a.
need to figure out what to do with it.
I need to remember, but there's like a tincture crafter up in Portland. I did like an herbalism, like a year of herbalism training up there, and they make all these tinctures, and then they like sing all these like ancient spirit songs to the plants
Oh, wow.
while they're like processing and everything.
That's beautiful.
Those tinctures taste better than any tinctures I've ever tasted. They're so powerful and delicious, and they have a cedar one that is like dang.
Oh my god.
I'll try to figure it out, and like, yeah, I get it.
I
It
feel
was
like
so good.
a million years ago when I first did something at the generator, you told me about this company.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm remembering that. I need to.
I feel like
get
if you
some fun
talked about
stuff.
cedar, I will. It's just like such a visceral memory now.
Yeah.
I would have brought it up there
Yeah.
too.
For
Mhm.
sure.
And that's something we have a lot of here too.
Yeah, it's
It's one
very
of the only
strong.
trees that grow on my property.
Wow.
Gross, huh?
Well, it sounds
They
like
just grow.
your
'Cause,
property
we're
is
out in the
like
North Valleys, so you know,
you've got a
very
protected
scrubby.
property there.
several cedars around my.
Well, that's better than the no trees that are in most yards.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I still have so many oak trees if you want some.
Nice.
They're doing a thing.
Only one of ours sprouted. We brought home some acorns from a trip that we took. And sprockets, a bunch of ours sprouted. Only Andy, I think, planted 5 of ours and 1 sprouted.
That's so cool that you planted it from seed, though. That's
Yeah.
rad.
Yeah, we brought back a Ziploc of like this big.
We stayed in this Airbnb, and like the day we were leaving, everybody's like out in the yard, like gathering bags of acorns.
That's awesome.
Like they're probably looking at us
do.
on the camera, being like,
It's cool. There's definitely like 3 different kinds of oaks.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a white, a red oak, and then this black oak, I think.
Yeah, and their acorns all look different. Like I
Mhm.
saw some, I don't know which one it was from, but I saw some when I was on a walk the other day that were like really long.
Yeah, I
hmm.
think that's the white oak.
They're like more like a bullet shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Snooze.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like a squirrel was having a party out there.
Yeah.
So, how'd you get into your collage work?
Actually was really inspired by my sister because she had been, she's a really amazing artist too. She had kind of been playing with it for a while, and then I was just like, I want to do this. I used to live in New York, upstate, and I was doing a Reiki circle once a week there, and I decided to make a flyer for it, and I was like, I'm gonna collage this flyer. And it really all started from there, and then it's just been like, it's over.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really want you to teach a vision board class. Can you?
Yeah.
So much. Please.
Every 6 months. New
Yes.
vision.
Yes, I'm
Let's
into
do it.
that. I'm so down. So if you have resources for free magazines,
We
then
have-
start collecting them.
Yeah, we have a lot of magazines from the same project. And then Kay, who's like another generator volunteer, awesome artist human, just sent me that Savers. They have a whole thing of Nat Geos for like $1. So I need to go over there and get them.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're getting to the point where I like cannot continue to just fill giant black and yellow tubs with magazines. So I gotta think of a better way.
Well, we
Yeah.
could definitely stand to prune the collection
Yeah.
at this point. I think there's a lot that are either like just don't have a lot of good stuff in them or are extremely worked over.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys need help with that, I can.
We do.
Yes, please.
can help.
We
I
need
help
help
you.
with everything, actually.
We do. It's just 5 of us here,
Yes.
like running around like raccoons in a trench coat.
The generator is actually just 5 raccoons in a trench coat.
You know, I never would have known. You guys are pulling it off pretty well.
We do like art and community, you know, so it works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's rad. So you've been doing how?
So the energy work you got into before the collage work. So how long have you been into the energy work?
Okay, so
What's the story there?
This actually has a great story. So I was working on the Electric Blue Elephant food truck, which was the first vegan food truck in the city of Reno. Back in, I think it was 2013 we started. And our photographer, who was in charge of all of our media, he's a Reiki master. I didn't know anything about it, honestly. I was like, well, I've always wanted to get into the healing arts, whatever that means. And I was like, you know what? Teach me. He had never taught anyone before, and that's, it just kind of blew up from there. And I transitioned away from, I still work with food a lot, but in a different context. It's kind of like, a lot of the time when people get attuned for Reiki, they'll have an experience where it like creates a major energetic shift in their lives. Like it could happen like on a physical level, like getting sick, or like what some people call the Kundalini awakening.
When you say attuned,
It's literally like you're being like if you like I was saying before about
this
the
is a
radio
receiver
station.
of a Reiki
So-
treatment, not as the practitioner, right?
So
I
yes,
clearly don't know that much
what
about it
Reiki
either.
is source energy. Bunny ears. Source energy being channeled through the practitioner. And so when I'm giving an energy work session, I'm not really using my energy. I'm channeling energy. which has a healing effect on me too, which is super cool. So it's like win-win.
What if you're having a bad day?
What if I'm having a bad day? I gotta leave it outside. I really love being able to work with clients. I didn't for a long time because I have like chronic illness, but I decided I was gonna go back to work. And seeing my clients, like I might feel physically like garbage, but when I walk in that door, I'm like, this is the container that I'm creating for my client. And whatever I'm feeling right now, I can step away from that. And it's actually really nice to be like, this is the time. This is like a period of time where I am going to step away from my pain. And I find that a lot of the people that come to me for energy work are dealing with things that like I have a lot of personal experience with too. And so, you know, as much as I don't want to ever see people in pain, I'm really happy that like I can be someone that they have to relate to, and like, you know, like I'm here for you, you know, I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, before I derailed you, you were saying that when people get attuned, like after they have received a treatment, that's what that would be? Or
So this is, as a Reiki practitioner, you receive an attunement. And so what that does is it basically opens you up so you can let that flow through. Yeah. So I think of it as like a radio, and it's like you didn't have that station before.
Got it.
So now you do, and you can tune into it.
I got my Reiki 1 attunement, but then I never finished. I wonder if that's like fucking up my life.
I don't think so. I feel like, I mean, obviously everyone's different, but like, I think that the Reiki 1 is a nice thing to have no matter what you're doing, because it kind of like opens up like a baseline of energetic reception, if that makes any sense.
I don't know if I needed more of that to be open.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why do we get into this sort of work?
Yeah.
I'm like, did I need to be more sensitive? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, if I went all the way, would it feel better or more overwhelming? That's a good question.
I think it's like, you know, it's a lifelong practice of just figuring out and also being aware of like what season of life you're in right now. Like, am I in a season of life where I am super tender and I need to just like be really gentle with myself? Or am I feeling like really robust but also receptive, and I can like direct that more, you know?
So you said earlier though, when I derailed you were saying that when you get the attunement, it can create these other effects in your life. So were you leading into talking about something in your own life when you got your attunement from your colleague, the photographer? Yeah.
So I think for me it was a little bit more gentle, or not as like intense and immediate as some people experience. It kind of like was protracted over like years, and it actually kind of was the beginning of the experience that I have had of chronic illness, which is both unfortunate and like, you know, I've learned a lot, and I feel like, you know, going through experiences like that definitely suck, and like, yes, experience that pain, recognize that, don't try to bright side it, but, you know, there's definitely a lot of things, valuable lessons learned there. So
those things were similar timing, you're saying? Like you got into this, and then you also started on your own journey of illness.
Yeah, and I transitioned also at that time away from kind of doing grunt kitchen work to, I started going to nutrition school. I have a holistic nutrition certification, and I started working more with energy healing, and that became more of a focus for me. And then from there I got really into astrology, and that became like the thing.
Okay, so tell us about that.
I know. I want to know so much about it.
Okay.
All the deeds about astrology. Come to my house and talk about stars.
I would love to. I love talking about it. I'm such a nerd. I actually went this morning because I just really like wanted to know how to do it. Like, you know, there are all these programs you can do like free on, you know, the internet, pull up a website, put your chart or your information in, and it'll draw your chart for you. I wanted to know how to physically calculate all of that stuff.
No.
And I am horrible at math.
That sounds so overwhelming to me.
You know, I thought it was going to be, but I have a really great teacher. She actually taught at TMCC for a long time. Her name is Martha Kern, and she's just a hysterical and like really amazing teacher. And I went to her house this morning, and she pulled out these like amazing sheets that are like worksheets from the 60s. Like literally that piece of paper is from the 60s.
Dang, could she do a workshop? Because I want that too.
I would throw that out there to her. She might be open to it.
Like an
60s
intensive.
astrology.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
Like
She's
like
really
a
good.
Astrology.
Yeah.
Just because I want to learn all these things and do them, so.
Yeah, I'll shoot her a text later and ask her if she'd be open to it. But yeah,
I think
so
people would be into that. I do.
I think so
I
too.
think we could totally do something cool.
And then you could like collage your chart. Oh my God.
Okay, so that is
It's a
actually
whole-
another piece of this whole thing, because like when on my Instagram page, Stars in the Salad, I write little things about what's going on in the sky when I feel called to do that, and then I also will make a digital collage to go with it, and that's like almost like a means to channel like the energy of the transit like through visual art. And like I spend more time making the collage than I do writing about the transit, but yeah, that's real.
That's
Oh,
cool.
yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I mostly deal with Hellenistic astrology, which is like it was kind of like the original form of astrology when everyone from all the different places on the earth that were doing it kind of like it came together as a coherent tool or cohesive tool, and then it was all set down where people could learn like what do the symbols mean, what are the elements, how do they contribute to the significations of the planets and the signs, and what are the stories, the mythologies, etc. And I had like studied on my own modern astrology, which is a lot of different things. I don't want to say modern astrology is just one thing, but it's like since the like late 1800s, that's kind of what we've known as astrology. And there are a bunch of different schools, and it's cool, and there's a lot to learn there. But when I found traditional Hellenistic astrology, that's when things really made sense for me, because it was like grounding everything in like, okay, so now I know, it's like learning a language. Like maybe you can put a sentence together, but if you don't know what the words mean, then, or like, you know, the etymology of the word will help you to understand it if you don't know what it means, you know? So that is astrology for me. I do practice kind of like I do readings for people through Zoom, and I do a little bit at Healing One, but I kind of prefer to keep that outside because I just get so into it that like I might say like, oh, it's gonna be an hour long. It's probably gonna be 2 hours because I spent all this time preparing for it, like researching, like feeling it out, you know, and it's just like too much fun to cut it short. So
That's dope. You're like a one-stop shop for healing and like and knowledge in lots of ways. That's cool.
thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Like I'm like I could come to you for like a Reiki session, then we could do an astrology session.
Yeah.
Open it all up. I still haven't even hit up the other lady about the tarot reading. That's making me reminding me about her. And I'm gonna find all of my healers through Signal Boost.
So there's actually there's a really cool event that I'm going to be doing astrology readings at next week. It's the Cosmic Heart Sound Bath at the Virgil on the 13th. And there are going to be a ton of other healers there too. So if you're looking for that sort of thing, I would recommend it.
That could be
Cosmic Heart Sound Bath. What day of the week is that?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's the day
At
before.
6, I believe.
Yeah, it's the day
That's
before
6.
your block party at the virtual.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the Wandering Wild?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at that one
Cool.
too. Yeah.
We're going to be tabling there. So we'll see you there.
So excited.
I wonder how long this, because we do this, Wednesdays.
Mhm.
It's too bad.
Yeah,
It's rough because there's often cool things on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
but there's cool things like every day of the
True.
week.
This is
probably.
true. We're in Reno.
Facts.
That's really cool. I love all of that. I can't wait to take your class when you do
Yeah, I
your
hope that
vision
we
board
are able
class.
to do
Yes.
that class here. And it's just getting to be a little bit after 8.
I
so
know. We gotta wrap it up.
we will ask you the question that we usually ask, which is if you were giving advice to someone who was like emerging in one of these fields, I would say either like healing or maybe or astrology or both. What kind of advice would you have for that person if they were kind of trying to get into one or both of those disciplines?
I would say that your personal experience counts for a lot. And so whatever you are experiencing, other people are experiencing that as well. And if you can learn how to translate that using the symbols of astrology or healing or whatever, then you will be received very well and you will find your audience and they will come to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
How can people find you? I put your of Venus instead of your
yeah.
salad in the stars.
Well, of.Venus on Instagram is my collage page.
Okay,
It's
cool.
got some other art too, but mostly collage. And Stars in the Salad on Instagram is my astrology page.
Salad in the stars.
And then, of course, I work at Healing One. I'm there on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays for energy healing.
Cool. I'm going to come
Maybe
check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have a babysitter next Friday. Maybe I should go get my hair done and then come get a Reiki session. It's tough though. I tried when I got here, I did a Reiki session and it was just didn't feel right, and then I kind of let it go.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to have a shaman that I worked with all the
Mhm.
time, and then we kind of fell out,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's been like a spot for me, it's
Yeah,
been like a
yeah.
hard spot to get back into.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's something we can look at during your energy
Yeah.
work session.
for sure. I could fill out an intake form right now. Cool. Well, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
really
you.
lovely.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm I'm excited for the future.
Yay.
All right, now we gotta do Instagram roundup. You can
Blow
stay
through
or you
Instagram
can go
roundup.
over there, whatever you like.
I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, this person wants to know about your dog.
About my what?
Your dog.
Oh my god. Okay, so can I come back over
Yeah,
here?
come back over here.
Okay, so excellent question. My dog's name is Hermes. I got him from the
Cute.
Humane Society, and his name was already Hermes. And Hermes,
Perfect.
I will say this: today is Wednesday, Mercury's Day, also known as
Hermes.
Hermes. I was born on a Wednesday. Mercury Hermes is also said to be the founder of astrology, so I was like,
So good.
guess you're my dog, And he is 9 years old. He's a pit bull, and he's just the sweetest
I was just
baby.
gonna ask you.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Perfect.
Hermes.
There's Nevada Humane Society thing I'm about to pull up right now. Has a pit
So if
bull.
you want to get your own.
Yeah, it's your own Hermes.
little-
Thanks for the question about Hermes. All right, y'all. Ta-da-da. Okay. Here's Marlene's Instagram. Just gonna drop that there. Don't forget to go check out all of the stuff that she's doing. So cute. Many hiking photos, many cooking, and all the good stuff that Marlene does. There's a good Scally Cat video of her biking through the casino. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Rebel casino biking. Yeah,
That sounds fun.
great. Okay, here we go. Here's Sarah's collages. Is Hermes in any collage? No.
Yeah, there is one. It's actually
Going too
it's
fast.
my picture on my personal account,
Oh,
but it's in there. It's got a bunch of mountains and flowers in it.
I'm looking. These are so good.
Yeah. They're beautiful.
They are really beautiful. Ooh, okay. We gotta talk about other things. Just stay where you are. I'm going to jump over to the pit bull. I want a pit bull really bad. Just like I love bringing up cute adoptable pets.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some really good ones. Look at this one. Oh my gosh.
Very sweet.
So sweet. Yeah. This is their Why Dear Wednesdays. It's their new thing that they're doing. Aw, I love them all. All right, what else is happening in the world? Chalk Festival, happening this weekend, all ages, free. I've never been, but my friends often make art there.
Mm-hmm.
We should really try to go.
Yeah,
We always have so much we're doing.
there's so much.
Teaching that class on Sunday, but maybe we can drop in for a little bit. It seems like a really fun time. Shout out to Micah and Lina
Yeah.
for doing a piece. Renoites, who we love, they also do a podcast, but specific to Reno, cool people. And Connor's looking for people who want to suggest topics and guests for season number 3. So if you have a cool person or a thing you want to, ask about, hit him up. He's very receptive and nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's this one? Oh, Glow Plaza. I haven't been over there for a party yet,
No.
but they have a lot of music going on. I feel like we should go check it out at some point. Seems a little. Oh yeah, Greg Golden Band. That would be really cool. Greg's the best. Poetry Book Club.
Nice.
Yeah, now starting up. Monthly meetings, and then they do a writer workshop, and I think they also do the spoken word, right? Or is that a different group?
That's different.
Nice. Clue is at Bruca right now.
Cute.
We really don't go to the theater enough. We need to do that. As
Don't do
well.
anything enough.
Well, there's just too much going on.
There's too much. Can't do it all.
We're about to have Art Town on Tap on July 21st, and we gave out 60 panels to different artists in the community, and they could do whatever they wanted with these panels. They just had to use the panel. And this is what Noah did. Noah Bristol. Technically, he wasn't supposed to dismantle the panel, but I guess I didn't say that specifically. So that's going to be his panel. But you should definitely come check it out. It's going to be like a free gallery show with ice cream truck and live music from Charlie Marks. And you can see all the weird, wonderful things people did with their panels. I still have to do mine, but I'm gonna.
When do they do? Okay, don't worry about it.
They're due on the 14th.
The 14th, okay.
Yeah, I got some
So I
time.
have 8 days. I got
Yeah,
plenty of
it's
time.
fine. I'm gonna try out a whole new thing where I steam fabrics with with flowers in
I've seen
a
that.
dumpling container. Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be
Never
good.
done it before. It's gonna turn out great.
It's gonna turn out great.
Oh yeah, vintage and vinyl pop up at the Virgil.
Nice.
Different than what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So many events at the
happening
Virgil.
on Sunday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Which is great.
Yeah, lots of stuff at the Virgil. The Virgil's awesome. And then Urban Roots.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, Tomato Care Workshop for all of y'all who need help. Dead Plant Society. So dope. They're so smart. Urban
The
Roots is
tomatoes
great.
are popping off.
Nice. Mine are struggling. I don't have a nice greenhouse. And then the last is this taco
Ooh,
shop.
lavender and honey.
I know.
Oh yeah, it's this. We need to go there.
We're going. Yeah, it's the Reno
Hush
Food and Drink community
puppies.
is doing the lavender and honey thing for the Lavender and Honey Festival.
Yeah.
Mezcal porch tea. Give it to me.
Sounds
Elote
delicious.
hush pups.
Give me
Local
that.
hot honey. Just literally everything I need.
And the
in my life.
Jessie is so cute.
The Jessie's hella cute.
Super,
So,
super
If you
cute.
don't already know about it's the June 27th to July 10th is the Lavender and Honey week. So
All right, we got a few more days
we
here.
better go. We better go. Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for
That's-
being with us.
That's all we got for this week. That was a lot for this week. We had 2
Was.
really amazing guests. I could have
Yeah.
talked to both of them for
For the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
for hours. Yeah, don't forget if you want to be on the boost, all you have to do is sign up on the
Hit us
calendar. Yeah, super easy. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.